What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Ken Ross Present, the Get Outside of Podcast. We're expressing our full capabilities. If you want some correctional facilities, again, I say it every time. It just gets weirder until we get closer. Yet, brainchild of my child, I am the dad half of this operation, Ross Cooper, coming to you live and in public, if you will. As always, I am rocking with the best. My co-host, I'm in slightly better spirits, and I do mean only slightly. But we'll get to that later. But please introduce yourself to the folks.
Watching the world go to hell, so I'm laughing saying it's perfect. Yeah, well, what's up, everybody? What's having a good day? And if you watching all the platforms, please share with your friends, family, enemies, pets, bugs on the wall, aliens outside, baby oil outside. Also, Diddy's about to be outside. So if you share with everybody. And if you want to like, share, comment, subscribe, because if you don't, the dealer's gonna get you next.
And get away with it, apparently.
Yeah.
And apparently, so yeah, we may as well start there. For those of you who don't know, who haven't been paying close attention, I stopped paying close attention honestly after the first couple of days. Because we'll get into that. We'll get into other reasons why momentarily. But P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, Diddler, Love, all of the stuff, all of that guy was found not guilty on the heavy charges. So no matter what happens, he won't be doing life. Was found guilty on two lesser charges. From what you told me, worst case that carries a maximum of 10 years. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. Like, if you say, hey, you facing life, well, we're not going to give you life, we're going to give you 10 years. Am I happy? Not exactly, but it ain't the rest of my life. So
He's not serving 10, so he'd be like, he might not even serve any of that, to be honest with you. But
uh,
yeah,
it's excuse me. One, it's a Fed charge. Two, you do 85% of your time. So no matter what you get, you're doing 85% of it. So if it's five, you're doing 85% of five. If
I
it
don't
is
think he's
10, you're
gonna
doing
get five.
85%, you're doing eight
I
and a half years.
he's getting I wholeheartedly believe, hopefully I'm wrong, that he's getting a slap on the wrist, and he probably won't do a dime because
He just made the
what
federal
time served,
government.
and then they probably gonna give him some probation and shit and some anger management class. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, I just want to know the price tag. Honestly, so Elon and his goofy self and his Doge team is all about government waste, government waste, government waste, and they cut a whole bunch of federal jobs. Right? This is a federal case. How much did this cost? I'm just curious because I want a refund. I want a refund. Whatever amount this costed, whatever amount I want a tax return. I want a tax refund. But this is a waste of my taxpayer dollars. Kind of like a lot of stuff, but waste my taxpayer dollars. And for once, I am not wearing a Yankee fitted. I'm wearing a Decepticons hat because yeah, this is deception. This is deception for sure. This is the sleight of hand. This is the I hate to be that guy. This is the distraction. Because in the midst of all of this Diddy nonsense, oh wow, the trial is over. The big beautiful bill guy is on the way to getting passed. But we'll get to that momentarily. But
It's over, Brian.
the goofy, yeah. The goofy of goofies. Like you've seen both. I have seen sadly primarily black males celebrating as if this is some kind of victory up to and including goofy the high level goofiness of being outside the courthouse with baby oil. Y'all Uncle Ruckus ass like I just need black males to stop being so damn loud and wrong and tapped and be more tapped into things that matter. Because if this big beautiful bill passes and you're not making certain if you want Medicaid, Medicare, or certain other things, you about to be in a world of hurt.
Oh, a lot of people gonna be in the world, or millions of people.
Oh, agreed. Agreed. Like that now I'm making racial. The two teeth cousin fuckers in rural America, y'all about to, y'all voted for your own destruction, but you'll see that a little bit later. My thing is, all 30 plus million of us, we are our own answer. That hasn't gone anywhere. You said it, I've said it. People with more than three functioning brain cells, we are our own answer, but we get distracted by nonsense. And that's not me being super pro blackity black. No, 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 no. It's really simple. When you look at the black dollar and what we spend collectively, we are our own answer. But we got black males in front of courthouses dousing themselves with baby oil as if they're sticking it to the man.
It's digging.
You're not you're not sticking it to the man. Diddy is not sticking it. Now he didn't stuck it to some men apparently.
He stuck it to the man.
you know, you're you're not you're not sticking it to the man. Put it this way: spraying yourself with baby oil is not Huey P. Is not Bobby Seale and the Panthers outside of a Huey P. trial. Just 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 saying. Like I just want to ask. So, dog, Diddy was found out guilty and won't be going to jail for life, and you standing out here with baby oil. How does that help the cause? Any cause at all? How does that help?
That might be a
Just
personal cause. You want to be next? This is
because I'm just it's just all right. So you and I have had this conversation. I think we had this conversation maybe on the show, maybe offline. The reason I don't understand the dick pic is because there's a lot of thought that has to go into that. And I've always wondered at some juncture, does it occur to you how goofy this is?
we've never had this conversation. I don't know why you said that.
Okay, cool. So the dick pic is a weird thing because if you know any woman that's ever gotten one, they're completely by and large mostly grossed out. And it's like for dudes, it's like the effort you have to do to make that happen is high level goofy. At some point, I expect something to kick in and say, "Yo, this is high level goofy. I should probably not do this." Yet and still, plenty of males go for it. Okay, how does this relate to this?
It relates a lot, apparently.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I said out of all the things you get to compare to, that's the one you go with. All right.
Ironically, because I'm like, okay, so when you got up this morning, like, yo, check this out. I'm hungry. I'm gonna probably make me some breakfast real quick. Yeah, I might go for a little run, take a shower. I'm gonna grab these 2 bottles of baby oil. I'm gonna run down to the courthouse. So if my man's get found not guilty, I can make a statement. But then, like at some point, does it kick in? Maybe this is high level goofiness. Maybe this is just real goofy. It ain't the thing I need to be doing with my day.
Or
Let's hear it.
tryouts. See, you thinking about it already. This could be tryouts. You gotta think, man. This might be
Sir,
audition to Diddy.
sir.
You think Diddy ain't gonna see that video? Oh, he seen it. It said, hey, tryouts. Joker style. So nobody, well, I might could die. But hey, he did wear a Joker costume. I'm gonna defile my even the Joker ain't that damn evil. But yeah. Nah,
Oh God.
but yeah,
Oh.
hey, try out the correlation tryouts.
If you'd like to join our team, we're gonna have tryouts.
The Diddler tryouts. Yeah, it's the jokes write themselves. He's gonna be joked
Oh,
on for the rest
God.
of his life. So I hope it was worth it.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. And that's what I'm like, just on a base level, like Bro, you ain't a revolutionary. You don't have a cause. You whether dude got life or not, Diddy ain't on my radar. And see, as much as I love music and as much as I love black people, the thing that always confounds me, and this was very apparent with our pedo, it don't hurt me one little bit to wipe a catalog off the map. Like, all nonsense aside, because I don't think you were born yet. 12 Play was an amazing CD, right? Um, Fortunate is one of my favorite Maxwell songs ever. The moment the correlation was made that this cat is talking about high school girls, it immediately became gross and disgusting. And it's, well, don't separate the art from the artist. No, you can't. Because listening to the art, and once you understand,
Yeah,
bro, we're talking about somebody going to prom, that should pretty much gross you out unless, hmm, do we need to check your hard drive? Hmm. So, no, the beautiful thing about being black in this country and being a creative is there will be another.
I hope not.
No, I mean from a
Talent.
otherworldly
Okay.
talent
Okay.
perspective.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't need another.
I
Like
hope
it don't hurt me at all to not listen to Chris Brown, the closest thing we had to MJ. Okay.
what Chris Brown do? Uh,
Right.
no, no, no. Are you talking about just the reality thing? I look past. But if you're talking about the other stuff, now I got
Yeah, I like that's the thing. If it was just the reality thing, I could live with it. And I'm not endorsing it. It's just again, if I'm doing a buck 30 in a Lambo, we beefing, I gotta do something or we both gonna be on a guardrail. So okay. And even she was like, it's piece it up and go. All right, I can't be mad for you. That's your bag. It's the other weirdo, creepy,
you.
off the wall ish that dude then did. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm
Yeah.
cool. I'm cool. Like when you went again, when someone gets granted, whether I understand is another matter, but a judge saw fit to grant someone a lifetime restraining order. Basically, just we don't want this person around you for the rest of your life. We good. I don't need to see anything. I don't need, you can be super talented. I love women, particularly black women, way too much. I'm cool. So going back to where I started. When you woke up this morning, your thought was, I'm going to get up, eat my scrambled eggs and cheese, have a sausage, um, grab me a couple bottles of baby oil, and go to the courthouse and protest. Either you have no friends or you kept this from. Because I can tell you 100%. If I'd have been like, yo, Kane, check this out. I'm gonna catch a flight back to New York. I'm gonna grab some baby oil and go protest for Diddy just in case. You'd have looked at me like I was a goofball, to say the least. It, but how so it goes back to the dick pic. At some point, common sense should kick in and be like, this probably makes me a clown and I shouldn't do it.
Why
But
do everybody
nope.
do that?
It's all clown shit. It's all from the clown book. So yeah, you either have no friends or all your friends is clowns and would encourage this. Because again, Diddy ain't no revolutionary. I'm not going out to the courthouse to protest for Diddy. No, like, at the end of the day, we all got confirmed that he a freaky ass boy. And the funny thing is, and I didn't think about it until shout out to the brothers over at JBP until Joe Budden said it. Depending on how he spins it, this could actually end up being an opportunity. This could actually be the vehicle where someone says, some a black man finally says, "Hey, it's all right to be bi and being in some freaky things.
And
It's okay to kick that closet door open. You ain't got to hide no more."
no, 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 no. It could be the right message, but that is the wrong message.
Who's a better messenger right now? Who could possibly be a better messenger? Tyler Perry? We don't
Yeah.
even know what's
Yeah, Tyler
no.
Perry actually could be a better message. He
He, he,
legit
he
could be.
can't
He don't
he
got
can't be a
he ain't
messenger.
got these type of accusations on him.
And he also has never copped to the fact that he's anything other than straight.
Okay, that's
And
what I said.
and
He has the better opportunity. He's not that, supposedly.
he can
Well,
still
actually, we
he
gotta see
can
about that
still say
lawsuit.
this he can still say this whole thing is a lie. There is nothing that confirms Tyler Perry likes dudes. Nothing.
I never, okay, you keep going all over the place. I said he could have the opportunity to do it. If he doesn't, I don't really give a either way. He'd be a better example than Diddy. Anyone would be a better example than Diddy at this point. He's not getting props for that. No one is going to claim him. Maybe the people
See that?
outside the baby oil will, but that's not a lot of
I'm about
people.
to say. Here's the sad news. There are two things Black Americans don't do well: gatekeep and hold people accountable. And that's the sad reality.
Hold people
We do
accountable.
not gatekeep. We do not gatekeep well. White person do one thing, or they invited to the cookout.
That is true.
Nigga, what? And we dish out too many second chances. Too many. That's the funny part about quote unquote cancel culture. You can't find me somebody that's been canceled. It's mofos right now that will swear, I still listen to R. Kelly. I don't know what you're talking about. Fuck that. R. Kelly's the man. Today.
Yeah, there's
So
women and men
we
that do that. Yeah, because
we
the whole
notice
separation of
that
art.
and that's the funny part with R. Kelly. You don't get that excuse. The crime is the grossness is in the art.
That is true, but
You
hey,
know,
this is what they say, man. Let it
like,
burn.
fam, if you can listen to Seems Like You're Ready, which was an amazing song, right? And then you find out he's talking about a high school girl.
What I say in hindsight, not really.
Uh, so again, I'm gonna want to check your hard drive. I'm gonna want to check your hard drive.
I kind of don't. I'm scared. Uh,
So that's
Diddy,
what I'm like.
no, his reputation is down the toilet. It's cooked. It's
And
cooked.
yet we were having a conversation about cats standing outside the courthouse at Baby Williams celebration.
Okay, all right. If there are enough people that believe that, sure. Is it a lot? No. Most people are upset, like overwhelmingly upset. There are a good section of people, yeah, the black man, they try to put whatever, right? Even though we saw on tape, this motherfucker's a monster regardless. We saw that in 4K.
Saw
And he
that
did that in public. That wasn't in his private house. That was in public. He was cool enough and comfortable enough to whoop her ass in public.
in
So
a towel.
nah,
In a
in a
towel.
towel.
In a towel.
They didn't even bother to get dressed for it. That's how comfortable he was. So
Right.
yeah, nah, he's a monster regardless.
Oh,
Hey, like
agree.
I said, the jury. Yeah, I'm sorry. The jury must have got bribed with a freak off or something. I don't know, because there's no
And
way that you charged them for the two minor crimes and didn't charge them for the sex trafficking thing. Because that don't you charge them for the transportation move across state lines, but that's not sex trafficking. That don't even make sense.
I mean, it's a
How is that?
technicality, but
How?
this goes back to the thing people miss. The court of public opinion doesn't mean much. The
Uh,
reality of the situation is I don't have to prove I'm innocent. You have to prove I'm guilty.
there
And
was
if you
enough.
don't,
There was enough to like if you're gonna. That's what I'm saying. If you want to let them walk on the big charge, you might as well just let them walk for everything. Because the lesser charges, yes, they're lesser. They still connect to the big ones. So if
but
you
you
have a
still
reasonable
owe
doubt that
me.
the small one, like the whatever transportation, whatever, I forgot the other one, and you got all the other evidence of him being a fucking monster, not with Cassie, Kid Cut, all that, and the sex workers cut, like that's not enough to say in your mind, like yo,
You gotta
Maybe
prove
he
it.
did do all this stuff. It's kind of looking, I don't know. Should we really release this guy back on the streets eventually?
Well, like you just said though, the quote unquote lesser charges still carry a dime. That ain't, and we done
That's
said
the
this numerous
max.
times.
Max rarely happens. That's a special. That's not stuff like people say you got a max of 20. Most people don't get the max. They get under that. So
Just remember this is Fed time. So even if it's five, you doing 85% of it.
I mean, with time served, I don't know how long he's been there.
Ain't no time. I mean, what this started what in May? Not even May. I think it's March. So 2 months. So you still got a minute to go in the Fed. You
I
still
think
got a
he's
minute
been
to go.
locked up way before the trial started. He was locked up
Oh
last
yeah.
year.
I think is
So
was he? I think this was. I don't think it's been a year. I don't think it's been a year.
I don't know. But time
Right.
served, and I don't think they're giving him 5. So that's just me.
I
But
mean, this is where and I want to be clear, it's not fair. You just spent $1 million of taxpayer money, maybe more. I'm just gonna throw out a number. You just spent $1 million in taxpayer money,
they don't care.
and they and they lost. They have egg on their face. So we didn't get you on the major, but we can still get you for up to a dime, and we just lost publicly. Yeah, if what you say is true, I haven't looked. I'm taking you at your word. If even the two quote unquote lesser charges carry a dime, I'm not going to be shocked if you get eight. Not going to be shocked. Not going to be shocked. You sitting there with egg on your face because you lost. You got dudes making fun of you outside with fucking baby oil. Yeah, yeah. I'm
Not
not going to be
really.
shocked if he gets eight out of
Not
10.
not really, because honestly, if you want to be real sinister with it, because you already hinted to it with the distractions, he kind of did his job. Because like you said, this is a big ass bill that's going to affect all of us, every single one of us, unless you're
Yeah.
just the 1%, and you won't care. You're going to actually be happy that this bill is being passed. But if you're not the 1%, it's going to affect every single one of us,
All
and
right.
no one is
So
talking about it because of this shit. So honestly, they're not upset. This is probably all part of the plan. So yeah. I'm not
uh,
like, and plus, like they are, we already in so much debt anyway. It doesn't matter, and they're about to increase the debt even by more trillions of dollars if this gets passed. So, and they're spending less money on the American people, which is what
and that's the thing. Like, so it's almost sleight of hand. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. The big beautiful bill, as Agent Orange, this goofball calls it, is on its way to being passed. The problem is that the problem that's wrapped up in all of this is again more sleight of hand and more distraction. It's going to hit those. It's going to be cutting Medicaid and Medicare a lot. So if you do not have a job with benefits and you are relying on Medicaid and Medicare, you might be in a world of hurt.
you will.
Right?
Not might, you will.
The other fine print is it pretty much moves us closer to this asshat being supreme ruler. So
You're already there. I'm sorry to tell you.
so it's like you can't break the law if you get to rewrite the law. You
True.
just broke the law. No, I didn't. You did. No, did you read the law? Did you read the law yet? The new law says I can do A, B, and C. And that's the problem. Now we're inching closer to elections, meaning close to nothing.
You already said if he's still alive next, because you never know. He's up there in age. You never know. Someone might be upset. Not inferring anything. I'm saying someone might be upset. Mario might come. Yeah. So he's already said that he's trying to do a third term, which should be impossible. But
Should be, should
now
be.
I don't think it will be. Like if he's still alive and able, he might probably be our president again. You heard it here first.
Yeah, and it's like the other interesting piece of this puzzle, and we can put it in there. Look, I know it was really popular back in, well, I say back in January, like it was a long time ago. Um, for anyone with sense, we need to understand this very harsh fact. The Democrats are not coming to save you. They're not. See, it's not a case where, well, Congress is overwhelmingly Republican because all Republicans didn't vote this way, right? Lose the illusion that these two factions are cool. You and I have talked about this. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. This is Hogan and Roddy Piper, and we think they ate each other's guts, and they behind stage having beers. It's all cool. You know, we just
Yo,
gonna put on a show for the people.
and make money, lots of money. It's exactly the same, because that's exactly what's happening. They making hella money, hella money. Hey, talk to you, Mayor Adams. But yeah, uh, a lot of money, and get to guess who's paying for
Mhm.
it.
Like, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't want, and it's just on its face, things like capitalism, things like taxes on their faces are not bad things. Look, I want my trash picked up every week. I don't want to ride on bumpy roads that get covered up with steel plates. Hi, Baltimore. Um, I appreciate water and sanitation. Cool. Um, but I don't want money going towards blowing up children in different countries. I don't want a senator, hi Ted Cruz, talking about, he's repping for Israel. Dog, you a US senator. You ain't got shit to do with Israel. You
Sponsored
don't
by Israel.
represent no, you don't represent anybody there.
Good
None
bite.
of them voted for you.
Who says who?
You a Texas senator. Depending on the day of the week, trust me, speaking from experience, Texas thinks it's its own damn country. So help me understand, Teddy boy. What does those folk on the other side of the globe got to do with you?
A lot.
Apparently so. Apparently so. And that's where the problem comes in. So, like I say, on its face, capitalism ain't so bad. Hey, if I work 20 hours and you only work 15 hours, I should have more than you. I put in more work than you. It's only fair. Right? Cool. Taxes. All right. I like my garbage going. I don't want a pile of garbage in my backyard. I like running water. I like my parks. If kids go play in the park, dog park, if you got a doggy, cool. Hey, not bad. When you using my tax dollars to go blow up children, though, that's not good.
Or were you
That's
just using your tax dollars to not take care of, your own citizens. And you're actually taking away stuff now. Tremendously. I'm sure that's not what y'all voted for. You said, because I remember what the whole split was. Y'all were mad about money going to other countries and dealing with other problems. Cool. I understand that. Y'all had a point to a certain extent.
mm-hmm.
You say, all right, we need to dump it back to our stuff, our people. That's true. But your man's, and obviously, honestly, the Republican Party as a whole does this, and they're openly honest about it. But I guess delusion is a strong thing. Like they do not like putting money towards y'all. They don't
Well,
like paying for y'all. Like I give it
it's
to
not.
them, they pay for. They try to get some stuff to pay for it, but they not perfect. Yeah, they some bullshit. But like Trump made it clear, like I'm not trying to pay for y'all and do all this extra. I'm taking stuff away that's going to impact you, and just disguise and see we're saving money for the. Saving money for what? And to do what? You're not gonna put it to us, so where is it going?
They have literally told you, and it's just, you said something a few moments ago, and I gotta contest you on it. You said the delusion is real. I'm getting to the point where no, it's not delusion anymore. It's choice, because again, it's a joke that's not a joke. Well, hey, we'll deal with this because the undesirables will be gone. Currently, they're trying to revoke the status of 500,000 Haitians. So let's do a quick little review. You imported South Africans because they were the victims of racism. Don't everybody laugh at once. Don't everybody laugh at once. You imported some white South Africans because they're the victims of racism. And now you're trying to get rid of 500,000 Haitians, which go back to a country that you called a shithole country. I don't want to make this a racial thing, you know.
Oh, it is. We're past that. We
Right.
gotta be honest. Everybody
But
else honest, so we might as well be honest.
can we see the problem here? Everyone that's been snatched up and deported by ICE is black or brown. You mean to tell me there are zero white people here from European countries that are illegal? Let's be clear, there's no human that's illegal on Earth. Let's be very clear. That's some man-made BS. But if we're gonna play the game for a minute, cool, let's play the game. So you mean to tell me the only people that ain't supposed to be here are brown and black?
I mean,
Every Russian that's here is here legally, right? Every Russian that's here is here legally. Oh, okay. So I gotta start thinking, no, it's not delusion. The quote Neo, the problem is choice. You're perfectly okay with all the atrocities as long as it's not you, as long as you're not the undesirable. Is and the joke I've said for the last few months now. As long as that one trans kid in Iowa can't play basketball, cool.
you
We
want
all right with it.
you want to know why I say it's delusion and that? I mean, I'm not saying they make choice, obviously, but so two things are true. It is a choice, but it is made in delusion. It's because a lot of people, since it's starting to hit them, are starting to flip. Like, oh, I didn't vote for that. I don't care about the black and brown people getting put in camps and tortured and all that, and snatched from their families. No, that's what I voted for. I wanted that, right? But hold up. I ain't got benefits. No, I can't do this, that, and third. No, what we doing? Wait, there's not enough jobs anymore. What? Huh? What? And then
And
and then you got like a civil war within their own community. Because then you got the real delusional motherfuckers like, "See, this is good. I still vote for it. I don't even care. As long as they suffer, like you said, as long as the job's getting done. Hey, we gotta go through some rough times to get to the promised land. So hey, I'm ready for it. I believe in my Lord and Savior.
so this is a very nice way to reenact slavery, if we really want to be honest for a second. So what do I mean? Because that's a bold thing to say. When you start criminalizing being poor, which is essentially what's going on, it's we saw it over in California, ironically. We talked about it briefly. When you start criminalizing being homeless, that's a way to get you where? In a prison, working for 5 cents a day. When you start taking away benefits, taking away this, taking away that from the most vulnerable and poorest citizens, well, they got to eat, right? Suddenly, you steal a bag of chips from the store and the cops are called, and you're in jail. It's you create, and it goes back to what you and I have said. You need to create a permanent underclass, a permanent disadvantaged group to power the rich. This is why billionaires are bad. This is why AOC and others have said this. You don't get to, under normal circumstances, and I'm sure there's a loophole in there somewhere. Like I said, I don't know. Jay-Z might be the one exception, but I don't know for sure. But you can't get to $1 billion without it being some form of exploitation somewhere in that chain.
That's everybody that's a billionaire. Sorry. So yeah, there ain't no exception to that rule. But yeah, hey, I mean they already got that employed anyway, because that's what this system's made on, like you said, and like we've been saying for a while. Like, yeah, you can't have capitalism without poverty. It wouldn't exist. So
Yeah.
yeah, now you're about to create a whole lot more. So
And
yeah,
did you hear about the Florida Alcatraz?
yeah, with the Gators,
That's just sick.
that's a concentration camp.
So there, and for those,
Ooh,
just to expound on it a little bit, for those who are not aware, there's some kind of prison. I don't know if it's being built, or what have you, but long and short, it is in the freaking Florida Everglades or in Florida. I don't care which part of Florida because it's all nasty. Um,
It's the
and
Everglades. I ain't nothing serious.
so essentially, it's a camp, air quotes,
Concentration.
for detainees, more air quotes, that you pretty much cannot escape from.
Yeah.
If you've never been to Florida, certain parts of Florida, weather just are naturally disgusting weather-wise. Absolutely disgusting. Like the humidity and natural environment of bugs and animals is so bad. If you left a body there, after about a month, you probably wouldn't find it. Between the natural humidity, the animals, bugs, decomposition is accelerated. So, and they decided to put a I'm sorry, a detention camp there.
Yeah, man. So if you get out, you ain't getting out. Like I said, the Everglades. Shout out to that young man that was filming and yoinking stuff in the Everglades, but please, everybody don't do that. Because, boy, the Everglades ain't no joke.
No, no.
Everything there can damn near kill you. So, yeah,
I
nah.
mean, what's next? The camp in Death Valley,
They might already want to beat it. See, giving no ideas, man.
and it's just
Wow.
I hate to make no. I'm still saying I hate to make it racial. It is racial. This country is still, if I'm not mistaken, roughly 60 to 70% white. As someone that was born in the late 70s and fed American exceptionalist propaganda, Alex P. Keaton, Ronald Reagan, just I can go on and on. If you grew up in the 80s, you know what it is. Meanwhile, if you grew up in the 80s, and this is something I do feel bad for you all, for the millennials and such, but let us not forget I survived the crack era, sir. It ain't been nothing like that since. I was thinking about it, ain't been nothing like that since. The crack era, sir. Listen,
We got a
not only,
pandemic, two recessions.
bro,
We got
not only did I survive it,
the opioids pandemic,
hey, the opioid pandemic is not the crack epidemic.
two recessions, and possibly another Great Depression. We're
I mean, you
working
act like
on
I ain't
that.
been here for that either.
Huh?
That's the thing. I'm still alive. So I went through that too on top of the
You ain't go
crack
through
era.
no Great Depression. You weren't even
Not the Great
alive.
Depression, not the Great Depression. I'm talking about the recession.
We got
I've seen
two.
stuff. I mean, I've been here the whole time. So,
I'm not saying don't count. I'm saying we experienced two.
bro, the crack epidemic was horrible. There's a
Oh,
reason
oh,
every rapper you know until just recently references it.
oh, I know.
In certain urban areas, it is an absolute war zone. It is part of the reason why the Bronx was completely in certain pieces of New York City completely a war zone. LA, gang culture. Like
Oh,
having survived the crack era is no joke. And I say that to say, coming up in the 80s, on the one end, you have Reagan, Reaganomics, and folks, Robin Leach, and everybody living large and thinking things are yay, hooray, great. And on the opposite end of that, there was the crack era and everything we all saw. Like, oof. I got all that to get to where I was going was, because white folks were unaffected until this opioid crisis, but because white folks were largely unaffected, they've been walking around head in the clouds. America's great, red, white, and blue. We pledge allegiance to the flag. Boy, with that indoctrination. Were they still doing the pledge when you were in school?
yes.
Ah, jeez. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. Because, like, in retrospect, I pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, lies, with liberty, lies, and justice for all. Super lie.
Yeah, you can get in trouble for not standing up for that. I remember.
In
I,
school?
yeah, dog. I don't know if I told this. I think this was middle school. This was a long time ago. Uh, wow, really long time ago. I mean, I was tired. So the players came on. I just had my head, and I was teachers like, get up. Kanan, get up. He, like mad, man. Like, the fuck, for what? I'm mad to sleep. Like, get up, or you gonna go to the office? What the? This is why I'm. Hey, that's why some
Sir,
teachers love me and some hate me. Because boy, if you was one of those like that, I was on your ass. Did not care. Rebellious to the T. A good and a bad thing. But yeah,
you
it's like
got it honest.
why are
You
we
got it
getting mad
honest.
over a play? It's like this ain't the national anthem. Even for
And
that.
even if it
Fuck
was,
that. But I'm like, it's the play. Like, what am I pledging to? It's like, nigga, am I a stormtrooper or something? Like, why I gotta pledge to this flag? Sitting there, so proud. Like, man, look at your paycheck. You proud of that? You know what? Man,
put your hand over your heart. Like,
look at your paycheck. You proud of that? No, you not. So stop hassling me about this stupid ass pledge of allegiance. But yeah, definitely a
I didn't
thing
know
when I was.
that.
It still was definitely a kid. Up
Oh,
until
and
actually, did we do it in high school? I think we
yeah, I'm
did.
curious. Well, I don't think anybody did the pledge in high school, but
Nah,
high
actually,
school
no,
was
I
like,
wasn't high school. Nah, it stopped at middle school. It was. I don't know if they still do it, obviously, but it's been long. But yeah, it was elementary school to middle school. Pledge, pledge, pledge every month.
oh, wow. I know you didn't get to call home for that one because I think I'd have laughed at the teacher. I'd have, you didn't get called home because I'd have definitely laughed. Like, so let me get this straight. You took time out your day as a teacher with papers and everything else to grade to tell me he didn't stand for the anthem. I'm going to stand for the pledge. Wait, sorry, bad parent.
Oh yeah, need to made national news that day. But so luckily I just stood up, put my middle finger at her, and then there you go. But yeah, uh,
I can hear it now. He's such a horrible dad. Well, I'm applauding. No indoctrination here, as little as possible.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, the crack era. I was just talking this, but yeah, I mean that was a rough era. No, you ain't lying about that. But I just can't help to see the parallels with we got the concentration camps, got the dude who probably does not want to give up power and is literally breaking every freaking law and constitution
Mhm.
possible, and nothing has happened. Been impeached already once before, probably about to be twice, and nothing still will happen. So
Oh
it's
no,
like,
no, 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 no! Remember, they voted to not impeach. Way to go, Democrats! Way to go! They voted not impeach. Remember, they
he got
voted to not
impeached the
impeach.
first time. His
Oh,
first,
yeah, the first go around, yes,
and
first go
nothing
around,
happened.
yes. But
Nothing happened.
this time, when he actually should be, they
I,
voted
I
again.
that's cool. Like you literally did something that is against the checks and balances. That's against the Constitution. Like I don't know how you don't get impeached for that. You could have literally started WWE3. The same thing that you said you're trying to prevent before you got in office. You almost literally just kickstarted with one order. But nah,
Oh,
don't impeach
by the way,
that. We just let that slide. Dude. That's why I was like, yeah, this you. Huh?
oh, sorry, real quick. By the way, we just touched on it. Is there? I didn't look. Is there is a ceasefire in place, right?
Allegedly,
I mean,
I
well,
think.
either it's a ceasefire, or people still dropping bombs. I
I
haven't
mean,
been
I
paying
think
attention.
people were still dropping bombs, but I don't. I haven't been keeping up with it because the headlines is now the Diddy stuff, so everything else goes second. And there's Bill, so the bill and is Diddy and then the bill and Love Island bullshit. But yeah,
No,
so
but what is Love Island?
I don't know. I just keep seeing
Okay, because I keep hearing about it. I'm like,
it's clearly a
I
reality
hate,
show. I just don't know what it's
I
gonna
hate
be.
to be that guy. I hate to be the, I hate to be the,
You're a
don't we
guy.
got bigger stuff to worry about?
We do.
Like,
You're a guy. We're guys. That's, I don't. It's not for us. I don't think it's for us.
I
No.
just, I,
Yeah. Hey, everyone needs a distraction. But even though this is the worst time to have a distraction. But yeah.
right. No, we literally don't. We literally don't need
Uh,
to be distracted. We need to be, keep the eye on the ball. We need to be on Amanda Seals time.
we need to
Keep
be
the
on
eye on
some
the ball.
Sauron stuff, Lord of the Rings style, that big red
Pretty
eye.
much.
But
The all seeing eye over there.
yeah, but yeah, the parallels between him and Adolf. it's getting scary. The only difference is, Adolf can actually talk and give great speeches. Not to give him props, but that's the only thing he was good at. But everything else is parallel.
It's just it's Nazi Germany all over again, point for point. And the thing I've always said is I don't know if he is an idiot savant or an accidental genius. It depends on the day of the week. Because I'm like, the fact that this will go down in history is, hey, I'm literally going to tell you how I'm going to screw you over. And everybody was like, okay, cool. Like I don't know what to say. Like usually that running joke, how you know a politician is lying, their lips are moving. He didn't lie. He didn't lie. Literally said, hey, I'm gonna screw you all, I'm gonna screw you all over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lace like you're not supposed to get rich from the presidency. You're not. You're supposed to be the highest level of public servant. Because we tend to forget these asshats work for us.
Public servant.
But right, but you're literally the highest office of a public servant. And this cat is raking in dough, getting airplanes, lining his pockets, like we're.
But,
So I'll go back to where I was trying to go when we started talking about the '80s and the crack. White folks have been so unaffected that they're not even they're not even noticing. They're like, hey, what happened? What's I don't understand. What are you trying to do here, Donald? Like he's screwing you over. But y'all got so much capitalistic wood down your throat. You still think you're and again I understand it. And this is what honestly this defies race. Not sure about you, but it's hard to even have conversations because by and large, most people want to be rich, not equal.
yeah,
So,
how this works. Why people get on the knee pads for all the billionaires and all the rich peoples. And see, but people will defend batting down and then poop on the poor every chance they get. Like you're not one paycheck, one bad day away, one bill passed away from that. So I'm
ooh,
like, yeah, I at this point, I can't even get mad at the elites anymore. I'm not even
I
on the
can't, I
surface,
can't
not
be.
even mad. Because at this point, we are literally doing it to ourselves. They're not even hiding it anymore at all. Because at least you had the excuse of, all right, at least they were, so you had to actually look and pay attention to see that it's BS. Nah, it's straight up like there's a sign that says, yeah, we're about to, Diddyfy you right now. Vote for me. Yeah.
Yep, yep,
No oil, just straight. All for
yep,
you. And y'all said,
yep.
sign me up. All right, cool. So I
We don't even
can't.
have to. We don't even have to lie to you anymore. We can just tell you some of the truth, and you'll go for it. Because again, all that one trans kid in Iowa doesn't play basketball. We're great with it, and it goes. That's where I was
Or
going.
Penn State, the swimmer that's banned now. Oh yeah,
Right.
we
Right.
did all this for that.
Leah, I think it's Leah Thompson, yeah.
Wow.
And it's like, I don't know. Leah being able to swim against girls versus grandma and grandpa having medical coverage for increasingly high medication because big pharma is pretty much pimping all of us. I don't care if Leah goes and swims. I just don't care. And let me ask you something. Are you, and it could be me, because as I think I touched on in the last show, I'm just been increasingly sensitive. I don't enjoy extravagance and wealth anymore. Like, not that I ever did, because I never had to enjoy it, but it's just sports and some of the other nonsense. Like, I don't care about you. We're watching the NBA offseason. People are signing 100, $200 million contracts. And for whatever reason, it's hitting me like, oh, 200 million to put a ball in a hoop. Not to oversimplify, but you play a game. The tax money on that is going to murk children. I'm just finding myself
Well, that's
This
not their
kid,
fault. That's but I mean, if you look at it that way, the Grown team, yes. But if you look at it specifically, the NBA and sports leagues produce billions of billions of dollars. So the people who should be getting the most of that should be the people that you're going to see. So in a sense, in that way, detail wise, I'm not mad at these contracts they're getting because they're actually worth it. But on the grand scheme, you making this money like you said to put a ball in the hoop, throw a ball down the field. Generational wealth just to play to play a game. This is literally a game, a child's game.
I
But
mean, if we're
hey,
really gonna
it's
keep it funky,
entertainment.
hockey players need to make more money than anybody, but
Who?
hockey players,
Why?
bruh, as Patrick Suman explained on ESPN once, football is cool, you gotta run. Basketball is cool, you gotta dribble. Hockey requires not just ice skating, but also stick handling, and you can fight. Like, if anybody needs to make 100 mil, it's a hockey player.
Well, the problem is, see, that's why I said to what I said in the beginning. Relatively to what they produce, yeah, the NBA is going to make a lot of money. The NFL players going to make a lot of money. Well, they don't make nowhere near as the NBA because owners won't give guaranteed contracts to NFL players because they know the NFL people have a uh, short
Real
playing
quick,
life.
real quick. Let me hop in real quick. And if we needed any other reason why it's middle finger to the NFL, after Deshaun Watson's contract, it was a memo sent to all owners about the dangers of guaranteed contracts and how under pretty much undermine the entire system. But y'all still watching. Continue.
Yeah, like I said, NFL they won't do it because the owners will give the excuse, well, everyone has a short shelf life and it's super brutal in the contact sport, which it is. So there's no point. It'd be a waste of money giving fully guaranteed contracts. We'll just do some guaranteed and the rest you gotta earn, which is BS. But they trick the people to believe in that. It's like they trick a lot of people believing all this other BS. So yeah, for what they raking in, the owners are raking in, the league's raking in. They deserve all that millions of dollars. No one's going to see the owner. But
I agree. I mean, it's the Drake argument. But yes, you're right.
but on a grand scheme, like on the surface, yeah, this is bad. Like if the people starving, not having homes, homeless, all that. If people can make generations of playing the game, I understand entertainment is the most money making thing on this planet because people want to be entertained. Shout out to Gladiator. But
I was
yeah,
going to touch on that. You're right.
but
If and it goes back to something you said a while back. It was the we didn't or we weren't allowed to really learn the lessons from COVID lockdowns because you got to wonder if George Floyd happened yesterday, is the major uproar because we were home. We watched this in real time. Everybody was home. No one was outside. And then we saw this. So it was important to get people out the house. Like, oh no. We can't have eyes on the BS that's going on. Can't have eyes on that. Matter of fact, we need y'all to actually go back to work to do the same job y'all was just doing at home for the last 3 years. But
yeah.
misdirection, misdirection.
That's why you want long work weeks, and then people saying, that's why we won't never have shorter work weeks. Then, because honestly, I think a study was proved we don't need a 5 day work week, work 40 hours
You know,
or plus. That's a waste of time.
it
But
is.
people convinced that yeah, you do, because how you gonna make this? Oh, what you gonna do when you're not working? You just gonna be late. See, you doing their job
Right.
for 'em.
You're
Even if
you're
you were born, well,
equating.
actually, maybe I don't know. I don't know how reality works. Maybe we were born to be freaking slaves and work the rest most of our lives. But on the surface, me not knowing what reality really is until I die, I don't think we're here to just be just worker bees, just work for
No,
the majority of our lives, blood, sweat, and tears and soul into something to not live the fruits of our labor or actually live
and
life. So yeah, nah.
And I think you just touched on a very important point too. It's gotten to the point where people do the job of enforcing and repeating capitalistic ideas for the elites. What you gonna do? If you don't work, you lazy. You
It's
don't
been
work
there.
45 hours a week, you late. Like, yeah, you're right.
It's been there. That
And
ain't never. That's why the system's so diabolically genius. It manages itself because
and I
we
had to
do most of the work
I
for it.
had to I had to catch myself. I'm like, what exactly is Kai Cenat's job description?
But
But the bottom line is the objective is to get paid to be yourself. Look, because I'm over the age of 25, I don't understand the appeal of Kai Cenat. But I'm also sharp enough to understand it's because I've been conditioned by this system. So Kai Cenat flies over my head. Drewski flies over my head. Like I would, and people watch this.
they do.
Like you turn me on to something. I'm like, I don't get it. You the first person I ever saw watching someone streaming playing a video game. Like, why am I watching you play a video game? I could just be playing it myself.
Well,
But
probably
no,
because I couldn't afford to buy it at that time when I was a kid. But yeah,
but no, like I didn't realize that's a thing now. Like that's a huge thing. So not only can I just chill and play video games, I can upload it, and it's people who will watch me play the game.
people will watch anything. It was entertaining. Literally, just scroll on YouTube. It'd be the weirdest
Right.
video.
It is never. Oh, I got to see, and this is okay. So ASMR is a thing.
Yeah,
I don't get it. It's cleaning products, is that the third? I found my ASMR. It's equally like what, but I can't not watch it, yo. I stumbled upon mealworms a couple nights ago.
on who?
Mealworms.
Like actual worms?
Yes, mealworms.
What noises are they making that you just
No, it's not a noise. It's not noise at all. Mealworms, okay, so people who have like exotic pets, like bearded dragons and things like that eat insects, they usually feed the mealworms. Well, you have to feed the mealworms. So it's this one page I found, 10,000 mealworms versus, and they will drop stuff in there and shoot a time lapse on how long it takes the mealworms to eat it all.
how's
It
that?
was it was frog legs. It was a moldy strawberry. It's wild. I'll send it to you.
I probably know what you're talking about, but how's that ASMR if it's not making a noise?
I guess it's not it's I guess it's not ASMR. So officially it's not ASMR, but in the sense of hey, I'm watching this interesting thing,
Hey,
just this interesting thing that just really has no value. It's just kind of weird, kind of different, offbeat. But yeah, mealworms. I'll send it to you. But it's a whole page,
I watch a lot of
like
interesting things. Someone painting a thing, someone making glass. You just be interested. I don't know why. It's no talk. It's just someone making something. You watch the whole thing. I
right, like the closest it, like with people. Well, girls started doing this. I think guys do it now too. This whole gr get ready with me, and you like see them get dressed, and I'm like, okay, that's lame. Like,
yeah, I'm not doing
yeah, don't get ready with me. I'm like, why am I watching you get dressed to go run? Like just
that.
there's no value. But okay.
Yeah.
But no, I was saying to factor your point, like, yeah, we're at this very interesting space where I think on a large scale, what you have are old heads, older than myself, trying to keep society a certain way and resisting like systems breaking. Kai Cenat does not have a resume, I'm guessing.
Oh boy.
What are you opening about?
Well, breaking news.
Oh boy.
Another small plane crash in New Jersey airport and mass casualty emergency. Yeah, it made me not want to get on no planes for a long time, coach.
I had to fly up there to see you, dude. So I'm like,
Oh
because
boy.
driving from here to Maryland is a long ass drive. I've done it once, twice actually. Uh, okay, we'll figure it out. But that's wild. You just saw that?
Yeah. I don't know how many casualties. I just saw that emergency.
Does it say what airline? Is it American? Is it Delta? Like, is this a major commercial
No, I
plane or
said a
is it just
small plane, so I don't know if it is it commercial.
okay? Because if there's any upside, it's the fact that we're not talking about a Delta 747. So, and this is not me minimizing. This is me saying I'm glad it's not worse than what it appears to be right now.
I mean, there's
That's
there's not a whole lot of they're still trying to figure out information, so I don't think it was a major airline, but I don't know. Guess we'll learn more when they learn more.
yeah. Because I think if it was major, we'd known it right. We'd known it by now. But that's bad. Um, Yeah, let's see what else. And like I say, we're not gonna have a whole pod, but this is interesting since you're talking about the nonsense coming out of DC. I checked to see if this was accurate, but apparently a few folks are reporting on it, but it's not making huge news. Why are barricades being built around the White House?
What you preparing for?
What are you preparing for? Because there were no barricades January 6th.
Nope. Yeah, let them in.
Why are there barricades? Uh, hmm.
That's not good.
Seems like you're anticipating a little something.
Yeah.
I don't know, just a wild thought. Because if you're putting up a barricade, the only reason you put up a barricade is if you expected folks to try to bum rush the doors. There's already a fence, isn't it? There's already Secret Service, isn't it?
We need extra precaution. Precaution.
And civilians don't have access to tanks or armored vehicles, so why would you need a barricade?
Mm-hmm.
That's odd.
Very.
That's odd. We got signals from ice in Antarctica and we got barricades around the White House. There's a lot of odd going on lately.
Oh,
Just
we
just
passed that. We passed that in 2020.
like
At this point, if something normal happens, that's odd.
like what I don't, and I say it often to you on and off camera. I don't like going down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole. But this is a little WTF-ish. This is why in the entire history of the White House do you now suddenly need barricades?
No, it's a great question that we're probably going to find the answer to.
I'm hoping not. But stranger, hey, don't you just miss COVID? Don't you just don't you miss? Hey, just wash your hands and have 26 bottles of hand sanitizer. Remember that was our biggest concern.
I don't know. Couple thousand people dead because of it, allegedly. So yeah, I don't know if everybody misses it, but yeah,
I'm not. See, that's the thing. Again, not minimized. I'm just saying, like, hey, here's our problem. Walmart is no longer 24 hours. I need like 19 bottles of hand sanitizer, and I don't need you to breathe the same air as me.
and there's no
Easy.
toilet paper.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot. Yeah,
Right. We gotta make that last two rows stretched.
I forgot about that.
All right.
Like, yeah. At this point, I'm a half a step away from trying to find Rick and Michonne and figuring out where we're gonna set up camp. Because
Rage virus incoming.
oh no, we see rage virus are different. I also found out the rage virus is that you don't die. You're alive. You're just really mad.
I, I, not to say thank you, Captain, but thank you, Captain.
No,
I mean, it's
no, because
called the rage virus. What you thought it would be?
because I thought it was living. I thought it was
They're not
Walking
zombies.
Dead.
No,
Yeah, that's the thing. I
they're
thought it
not.
was Walking Dead. Just yeah, my bad.
This is more like Resident Evil for real. Like, well, I
It
don't know.
got
It's
it.
not. It's not a parasite. I don't think. It's more of a
Yeah,
disease.
it's not a person.
It's a virus, but you're still alive. You just on 10 permanently on
Permanently.
steroids. You like you literally steroid 10, the maddest you've ever been. Pure rage all the time. Yeah,
And I watched 28 Days Later. I'm still working my way through 28 Weeks Later. But that changed everything. I'm like, this ain't a zombie outbreak. This is just dudes. It's just people really, really mad.
Yeah, that's what made
Like
it better.
you can just kill them normally.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you still need headshots and stuff, but because they are mad, still people, but they're like mini Banes. And you'll find out if you watch the new one, because this really is a Bane in there. Boy,
there is an in between. It's 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and it's something in between. I forgot. It's a movie in like that came after that before this one. But you actually like 28 years later, huh?
it was 28 days later and 28 weeks later, and then it's only
And
been three movies.
there's something else too. There's like a
What?
spin-off or offshoot or something in between
I've
that
never
came
heard
after
of
that.
that. I know they made like a comic that was based after 28 days, the first movie, but I never heard of another movie. I think it's only been three movies.
Okay, I'll double check. I know I was reading because I was looking online because I went down a damn rabbit hole trying to make this make sense. Um, but yeah, people, I just got I saw a lot of what the hell did I just watch with 28 years later. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh boy.
I mean, I liked it because if I think people were expecting like a Resident Evil like fast paced action, blood, and just jump scares. That's not how 28 days franchise is about. It's more slow paced. Like yeah, you got the rage zombies, but it's mostly about the humans and the people evil versus
Okay.
the. So yeah, it's just the only thing my only problem with the newest one is first half is great, second half is okay, and then till the end, and then it's just it feels like it was three movies into one. And then once I realized that they're doing a trilogy, I'm like, okay, so this was just a movie just to set up the next two.
But it
Like
is a
especially that
trilogy,
last
28
part.
days, weeks, and years.
Yeah, but they're making three more. The second one's already confirmed. If these two do good and they'll make the third one, it's a trilogy. They're making another trilogy.
Oh boy. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
All right.
like the first half and the second half of the movie feel like two different complete movies and tone changes. And that could throw a lot of people off. It threw me off, but it made sense. So I'm not really mad at it when you really think back at it and look at it like, but other than that, yeah, it was a good movie. I like the first one, but first one's the best one still, in my opinion.
I know I gotta rewatch it. I think I was kind of in and out of sleep watching it. I'm like, it's just one of those things you go back and watch, and it's like, oh, I made a big deal out of this. Because, like I said, it's Star Wars. Like, I didn't see Star Wars for years. I came in on Empire Strikes Back, and it just never had a chance to go back and watch the original. So when I finally watched the first Star Wars, I'm like, wait, this?
See, Empire Strikes Back is something serious.
Exactly.
That might still be the
So
best one ever.
I don't know. Return of the Jedi was like that. Return of the Jedi was like that.
Empire Strikes Back
Like,
might be the best.
which one did Luke got his hand cut off
Empire Strikes
in?
Back. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
that's why I
You're
said
right.
Luke. I am your father. Like that's just iconic, just right there.
Okay, you're right. Empire Strikes Back. You're right. You're right. But yeah, so I finally went back and watched Star Wars. Like, that's it. Y'all lost it all over this. But I get it. It was 1977.
That's
Like, I get
what
it. 1977.
that's like us watching Avatar, like the first one. Like that's groundbreaking. But then when you really watch it again, it's like this is a mid-ass story, but the boy that graphics.
Oh no. No, we knew it was mid story wise as we were watching it, but the effects were so otherworldly we didn't care.
I'll speak for
Like,
myself. I didn't notice it was me because I was just sitting
yeah.
there, sitting there.
Because the way my brain works, the only thing I'm trying to figure out. So, is this a metaphor for the Aboriginals in Australia or for the natives in the US? Like, which one is this a metaphor for exactly? But yeah, so there was that. So when
Right
I finally
colors.
went back and watched Star Wars, I was like, oh, all right. But of course, at that point, there was Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Phantom Menace, blah blah blah. So by the time I got back to it, it was like, oh wow. But shout out to George Lucas because this was literally made the year I was born, and we're still talking about Star Wars stuff. Like I'm all the way out the loop. I ain't watched The Mandalorian. I ain't watched none of this stuff on
That
Disney
was good.
Plus.
The
I've been
Mandalorian.
meaning to. I just haven't gotten around to it because Mandalorian was a really cool character in Star Wars, bounty hunter. So he was really cool in the movies.
That's
But no, I never got around to watching it. Um, Out of everything that came after the original trilogy, Rogue One was the shiznit.
that was a good movie. That
Yeah,
might be
Rogue
one
One
of
was
the
dope.
best. It's up there.
Yeah, Rogue One was dope. But yeah, okay. 20 weeks, 28 days, 28 years later. I'm just 20 years later. Gotta get to it. Um, some good news, some good news, some good news, some good news. So we can finally stop saying, oh, but y'all can do this, but y'all can't fix the water in Flint. After 20 some odd years, the pipes in Flint have completely been replaced.
So does it work? Has it been tested? The water has been tested.
Well, it came from them lead pipes. So all the lead, I mean, I'm just gonna presume you ain't gonna replace all the pipes. It still have lead and water. So finally, we can stop saying, but y'all ain't got no clean water in Flint.
I'll wait
Fine.
till Flint
It only
starts
took
saying
20
it.
years.
I'm gonna say I'll wait till Flint people confirm that. It's cool when headlines, but let's see what the actual people say. Like, nah, my water's still brown. All right, cool.
This
So
is,
yeah,
and for those who are not aware, because again, this happened 2004, 2005 ish. So yeah, it took 20 years for the city of Flint, Michigan, who had a water crisis, um, who Obama went by and fake drunk a glass of water, clown shit, but um,
okay.
to finally replace all the piping. Yay, 20 years.
Uh-oh,
So,
Trump.
so I'm gonna go back to what I said because I finally went back to visit my hometown after 10 years and barely recognized it. And I said, you know what? That's kind of the point, though. And as I mentioned, if you grew up in poverty in an impoverished neighborhood and you are now in your 30s and 40s, and that neighborhood is still impoverished, your local government has failed you.
Nah, we don't want gentrification though. We don't want that.
No, 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 no. See, I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not even talking about gentrification. From what I saw, my neighborhood has not been gentrified. It is not a whole bunch of pristine little luxury apartments. Kind of hard to get luxury in Buffalo. Let's be all the way funky. If you ain't been there, you'd understand. No, like I said, I saw a community garden. I didn't see the dudes hanging out in the corners no more. I did see a few houses flat out gone. So no, it wasn't gentrification. It was just a lot of the riffraff wasn't there anymore. Now
I'm
again,
not saying Buffalo. I'm saying in general.
right, true. So shout out to Flint for finally, after a generation, getting this taken care of. Only took 20 years.
I'm not giving you props for that. Fuck you. All right. Uh, yeah.
Well, the good news is if someone is pregnant right now, that kid is going to be born in February, and that kid won't have to drink fucking lead water, thankfully.
All right. We all have. It's not to that extent, but yeah, it's Bill's characters. Nah, I'm playing. No, this is. Yeah, I'm not giving you props for something you should have did 20 years ago. I'm sorry.
Like I said, I get it, but it's finally done. We don't have to make the joke anymore. It's finally done.
I'm still making a joke.
And
You took 20 years.
tough crowd, tough,
Nah.
tough crowd. Okay.
No, I'm happy for the citizens there, but I'm not giving props to the government for doing their job that took 20 years.
So I got you. I got you because I'm like, bruh, Obama was in office back in '08 and drunk the fake glass of water in that. That was '08.
That's diabolical.
Like, right. Like, just check Michael Moore's documentary on it. That was very interesting. But yeah, Obama drunk the fake glass of water way back when, and here we are, 2025, and it's finally done. Okay, cool. Do you get props for the amount of time it took? No, but it is finally done. It should have been done back then. Should have been done back then. And that's just like, no, we don't just go in on MAGA and those top level goofballs. If you pay attention to the show longer than 5 minutes, you should get the idea. Right wing, left wing, same effing bird.
Yep.
and I need that bird to fly into an airplane engine. But anywho,
Yep.
like I need that bird to get caught in an airplane engine like yesterday.
Yep.
But we'll close this thing out with NBA news. Not gonna drag it out too long. It's just a lot of moving and shaking. But boy, oh boy, it sucks to be Milwaukee.
What? You said you was happy. Now you changed your mind?
Um, because I thought until you told me otherwise. I thought Giannis was cool with what was cracking. Apparently not. So now there could be an issue. I personally don't think he's going to walk because he's got honor. But dog, that would be messed up. Dog, that's messed
Because you
up.
got honor. What?
That's like that would be like dating a woman with locks down her back, and you saying, "Look, if you want this to continue, you gotta cut your hair." And she go and cut her hair, 20 years worth of locks gone, and you like, I don't like that haircut. I'm out.
That's not the
That
same.
that that
That's
that,
no,
that
no,
would
no.
be
This
honest.
this is what happened. You said cut your hair. She cut her hair and then gained 200 pounds. That's not what you asked for. Not body shape. I'm just saying, if we're going with this analogy, that's what happened. The lines got cut and then a whole different body came in. So nah, that's different. Like he's in the gutter. And I got nothing to do with, bigger people and all that. This is no body shaming over here. I'm just going with his analogy to make it make sense. But in reality, yeah, you traded Dave for Miles Turner, and then the rest of my roster is cheeks. He about to put up
Dame
Wilt Chamberlain numbers. He might win MVP, but we won't care because he's getting bounced in the first round. Like,
Dame
no.
ain't healthy.
What?
Milwaukee and Indiana got the same problem. Dame ain't coming back. Hallie ain't coming back. You got them. And the Celtics. Dame ain't coming back. Hallie ain't coming back.
Wait,
Tatum ain't coming back.
you
You
got
got an off year no matter what. So you got to try to make that count. But the East is wide open.
trade Giannis.
Outside of Cleveland, ain't no real powers in the East. It can
No,
go
that's
anywhere.
nah, that's a lie. There's a couple powers, but the East is much wide open. But it's because of free agency now. There's a couple teams that are forefront
Bruh,
of it.
it's Cleveland, New York, and
Orlando and the Hawks. Sneaky, yeah. I already said the dark horse last year. Well, this year was the Pacers, and they made it to the finals. So I was right. The dark horse of the East again will be the Hawks. You heard it here first. Make it 2 for 2.
okay.
But yeah, Orlando's definitely a problem.
Oh,
The Knicks is
oh,
a problem.
oh. And New York is going. Word is New York is getting Mike Brown as a coach. Let's go. Let's go. Word is Mike Brown is going to be the coach in New York. Let's go.
Good luck, brother. Uh,
I
yeah.
mean, he got championship pedigree, so let's go.
With who? Who do you win with?
Wasn't he, didn't he win with? Wasn't he the coach who went? No, 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 no. Hold on. For some reason, I keep thinking Cleveland.
He did coach at Cleveland, but he didn't win with Cleveland. I think he
Mike,
coached them when
no,
they
it was
made the
LA.
finals in
It was the
'07, but
Lakers.
huh?
Wasn't the Lakers?
When-
Wasn't Mike Brown the coach of the Lakers when they won in the bubble, and then they got rid of him for
No,
Frank Vogel?
that was Frank Vogel. That was the coach in
Frank
the
Vogel
bubble.
was the coach.
Yes, in the
Okay,
bubble
I thought
when we won. That was Frank Vogel
Mike Brown won a title. I just can't remember. I swear Mike Brown won a
as
title.
a
I just
head
can't remember.
coach, probably as an assistant.
Nah, as a head coach.
Where?
See, now you're gonna make me look. Now you're gonna make me look. I'm sure Mike Brown won a title. I
If
cannot
you want to say he's a
remember.
good coach, cool, but championship coach, that hasn't happened. Not as a head coach. I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm just forgetting the team that he just mysteriously won a title with. I know he's been to the finals, I
Oh,
think.
my bad. My bad. My bad. You're right. He's got 4 titles, but as an assistant. He got one
Yeah.
with San Antonio and 3, but he was the assistant in Golden State. Okay.
Yeah. Now as the head
Okay.
guy.
Okay. Okay. I thought he was the coach of the Lakers, but no, that was Vogel's title.
I'll go. I mean, he's still a good coach, so I don't think that
Yeah.
would be a bad sign. But I,
And I'm like, you had to get somebody because if you're gonna let Tibbs go, you better get somebody.
It's not a bad replacement, but we'll
Yeah, it's
see.
not. It's not a bad replacement. I don't know. I can't call nothing. I got only thing I can tell you for sure is I got the Knicks back in the Eastern Conference Finals. I got the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. They're gonna make the step this time.
Hey, that's it.
I mean,
It's over.
as it stands right now, and this is subject to change, but I got the Western Conference Finals and all Texas affair. Dallas, Houston.
I don't. Mm.
I don't know how you can't.
It's probably honestly, it might be OKC Denver rematch
I don't know where you get the Denver part from, but all right,
because the same.
I get it. But
They are
they got
loaded. They are loaded.
okay.
They are loaded now.
We gonna see. We gonna see. Because I'm like, Houston is loaded.
They are.
Dallas is super loaded.
If they're healthy, they are. And OKC is still loaded because same team with more experience, and then you expect Chet and Jalen and J Dub to get better. So
Yeah, but their front line versus Flag and AD, nah.
I mean, you got Chet and Hardenstein. That's not a bad front court.
It's not a bad front court. It's just AD and Cooper Flag. Not a bad front
I
court at
mean,
all.
I'm not worried about Cooper Flag to the extent yet. He's a rookie.
He's
Yeah,
a rookie that already cooked NBA players. What are you talking about, sir?
in a scrimmage.
Okay. All
Let
right.
him survive 82 games first. Not saying he won't. I'm not saying he won't be
I,
dope. I'm rooting
I,
for him. Hey, the
I'm a
American
Duke fan
nation.
here. I got it.
Hey, I'm rooting for him. Obviously, because he went to Duke, but he gotta prove it in the NBA first. Like, come on.
And if he hadn't already cooked Team USA, I'd be a little more concerned. But he knows what it is to play against top level NBA talent. That's what I'm saying.
Not in the NBA game. That's different. This ain't that's a closed environment, not really a crowd and all that behind. Like people was playing different in the bubble. Legit. Not calling that an asterisk. People was playing different when there was no crowd and all that, and you didn't have to travel none of that. You just hoop it. So it's a lot different playing in the stadium with traveling your fans and then the opposing team's fans and all that.
And I
That's
agree,
different.
but he's a Duke player who gets booed everywhere but Duke. So that ain't a worry.
That's not the same as NBA. All right.
Because
He didn't get meme like he about to get meme now if he have a bad game. Like they gonna have a million
I'm
meme.
about to say
They gonna have a million meme.
you were there for it. Everyone in the universe hated everyone in Maryland hated JJ Redick as a Duke player.
Yeah, that's
So
cool. I'm not saying
his
don't
Duke
get hate,
hatred
but
is legendary. So I'm
it's
like, yeah, he did,
it's
and he did all
different.
right.
It's different. Well, one, there wasn't really social media back then. That's what, 04? So
JJ,
it wasn't that 04?
I don't know why I think it's a little later than that.
Or
I think it was
maybe
a little later
it
than that.
might be later 2000s. I didn't know it was either mid 2000s somewhere. But
I think it was like yeah, I think it was more like 2010ish.
JJ?
Yeah.
Because he was on the Clippers by then. Or close. Because JJ is up there in age. Obviously, he's retired. So I'm pretty sure he was that was 04, 05. Maybe it was, but could be wrong. Whatever. Either way, I don't even remember what we was talking
Oh, my bad. You right. You right.
about.
It was '02 to '06. My bad.
Real ball Noah. Real ball Noah right here off the top. But
Oh,
yeah,
'02 to '06. You right.
off the top. But yeah, we'll see what he is. Like I said, Dallas, I got him as probably like the fourth best team in the West right now. But we'll see what happens more for his. But
Who you put the head of Dallas,
I
sir?
said, okay, stop being a homer. OKC,
Uh,
Houston.
really?
Yes, and depending on what San Antonio does, that might change too. Because if Giannis somehow acts out and he ends up there, then Dallas getting pushed back even further. But yeah, OKC, Houston. Who's the other one? We just mentioned.
Right, exactly.
Oh, there's another one. What was the?
Let's go Bears to Minnesota.
I can't I? I think so.
Okay.
I'm not worried about that. Damn, what the? He's,
Exactly.
no, where's we said it.
As it
Now it's
stands
slipping my
right
mind.
now,
It's slipping. Oh, Denver. There we go. Denver. There we go. Denver, OKC, Houston. Now they are out there better than Dallas. Because remember, Kyrie not
it's
coming back till what, March?
oh,
So
wait a
half the
minute. And
season.
Dallas didn't Dallas pick up D'Lo?
They did. I think he's gonna be good.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I think he's gonna be
they
good. But problem with Dallas is you have a team full of injury prone mother lovers. And then you want to rely on a rookie to put you over the top? I don't know. Like I said, unless you just Magic Johnson just come out the gates like Jordan Bryan or he just come out the gates just firing. I don't know.
mm.
We'll see.
All right, like I said, you heard it here first. As it stands, again, if LA, if the Lakers make another move, I'll revisit. But as it stands right this moment, July 2nd, I got it as a Texas Western Conference Final. I got a Texas Western Conference Final.
You've been affected.
Um,
I just want you to know that.
because and this seems to be the thing. Every champion you could argue has an asterisk for the last few years. That's why I've been seven of them because you can always point to one injury that might have changed everything.
That's every championship. But go ahead.
Well, recently for sure. Recently for sure.
That's why you shouldn't. It's part of the game, literally.
Mm, okay. All right. Let's run it back on the recap here. Start from the top. Not guilty and filthy. Did the diddler is out. I don't feel any kind of way about it. I just think I need brothers and sisters to stop being goofy. Again, I'd love to just walk me through it. Whoever you are, if you'd like to be a guest, I'd love to have you just ask you, like, what was your mindset that morning? You just decided to wake up, eat a sandwich, have a bacon, egg, and cheese, and grab the baby oil. Like, did you put any consideration in what size baby oil, or was the small one? Did you go to the generic dollar store? Or did you go Johnson and Johnson? I'm just walk me through because I'm stuck at how you arrived at going to the courthouse where baby oil was a protest that Huey P. Newton would be proud of. Just questions. Yeah, I said it. Hit us up. Just questions. We got a spot for you. Um, things being things, coming out of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Why the barricade, dog? I don't. What? You trying to tell us something? Since when did the White House need a barricade? I don't. Kind of, kind of a weird thing to do. The Democrats are still not coming to save you. Any of you, any of us, any of you, and trying to kick 500,000 Haitians out. So you just want as white a country as we can get, huh? That's the just white as we can get. Haitians. Ain't no illegal Russians. Ain't no Germans. They no Haitians. We won't kick them out. Gotcha. Shout out to Flint. Can't make the Flint jokes and dirty water jokes anymore. It only took 20 years, but the job got done. So if you're pregnant right now, your kid will not have to drink lead in the water because they're going to be born next year. Yay, Flint. Yay, Flint. And yeah, Eastern Conference, I have no clue. I just know I got the Knicks in the Eastern Conference final on the left side. You got two best Dukies ever in Kyrie and Flag. Kyrie will be back soon. You're out of Texas Western Conference final. Sorry, OKC. I mean, but Oklahoma is only a little ways away, so it's a short drive. You can come watch the game. Um, all right. I got a Dallas Houston Western Conference final. Um, and the Duke loyalist in me is going to be cheering for Dallas. So definitely got to get a ticket to see a game this year. Definitely got to see Cooper Flag up close. But your recap, sir.
Uh, Diddy is free. Yeah. Hey, I hope your trials go well, brother. I hope you, I, I mean this is it. I hope you get in.
Take it to the man.
If that's what you into, he like it, he do it a little differently. You might not feel anything, but hey, uh, the big beautiful bill, yeah. And they say that a hero, cause nope, they ain't gonna say it. They didn't sing that song. They ain't seen it in the Spider-Man. They didn't. They not saving you. Was it first Spider-Man? Spider-Man 2?
No, that's the first one.
That was
It's
the
the
first
first
one?
one.
All right, see.
It's the
They
first
ain't
one.
watching it in the Spider-Man. They wouldn't know. But about saving people. Uh, terminate the Haitians. Yeah.
It's like legal whitewashing.
When was it illegal?
Bars.
So yeah, we just honestly, this is just we're just going back. This ain't nothing new. This is remix. They remixing stuff out the wazoo right now, boy. They seen, the old boy in Germany's playbook and going bar for bar, getting ghost ridden right now. Can you believe it?
Mm.
We're a country that's being ghost ridden. Aubrey, you've done irreparable damage to this country. Come, on, now play. Uh, barricades around the White House. Yeah, I do want to know and I don't want to know. But unfortunately, I'm probably going to find out anyway. So there we go. Hopefully, it's nothing too crazy. But if you had to do something drastic as that, it's probably going to be crazy. Uh, NBA. Yeah. I don't know who's going to win. I don't know. The East is wide open. It's about three top teams that are probably going to make it out. Team like the Knicks, Orlando, maybe the Hawks. Quiet as kept, maybe Detroit's gotten a little better too. But
Oh, I'm sleeping on Detroit. My bad.
yeah,
You're right.
Detroit's probably got a little better too.
Kay
In the West,
Cunningham. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
and the West still a bloodbath. And Denver got tremendously better. Houston got tremendously better. OKC is going to get better just by organically. Dallas has gotten better. Only team that hasn't got better, Lakers. We signed Aiden though. Yeah.
Oh,
Woo.
that did happen.
Yeah, it happened. Woo. We need a lot more, but
It's better. It's better. I'll take. We need some hope. I'll take it. I'll
yeah,
take it.
we gonna have boy, it's gonna be no resistance on our team.
Having eight in the middle is huge, though.
It's
You
about to be
can't.
ole.
Nah.
Every
If you Luke is in the gym, so he ain't gonna come back being stay puffed. And
okay.
now you got somebody. If you get by Austin Reeves, you got eight in the middle. So you got something to worry about now.
Got Aiden in the middle. But that's like the Avengers saying I got a Hulk, and then we saying because we got Aiden, we got Ant-Man. Huh? I got a whole Hulk. You talk about Ant-Man. I'm not even talking about him getting big. I'm talking about him shrinking. This was before he did the big thing in Civil War. He just shrinks. Like, I wish I would be scared of no damn Ant-Man. But hey, ole, ole, ole.
Hey,
Sorry.
Luca hurt the noise. He gonna come in and
Oh, he gonna
monster.
put up godly numbers, but it's not gonna mean nothing because we ain't gonna stop no one. We're not gonna stop no. Name one defender in that starting lineup. I guess
Bron,
Rui. That's it. Bron.
Rui,
40 Bron. 40 Bron.
he cooked 40-year-old Jordan. I'll take that Jordan stance. Anywho,
Jordan, he ain't got nothing to do with this.
I'd catching strays. Had to do it. Catching strays.
It's all right.
For the Jordan, for the Jordan stance. For the Jordan stance. Had to
People
do it.
love tugging the cable with the goats, man. It happens. But hey, but hey, just want to be like Mike. Nah, but that's all I got.
Well, it's wild because this might end up being a full pod. That was not the intention, but hey, we got it in there.
Oh, it was.
Um, Great to be back in the saddle. Been a long time. Should have left you without a podcast to step to. But on behalf of myself
Pause.
and my amazing co-host, shout out to the God MC Rakim. On behalf of myself, my amazing co-host, same bad time, same bad channel next week. Yeah, I said it podcast. Peace.
Yeah.